Hi everyone, this is Walter, and this is the second entry of my investing log where I spend $500 buying different stocks and keep track of their progress. So before we jump into the second entry, I'll just jump back to the first and check on their progress. So we have Green Plains Partners, General Electric, and the Workhorse Group. And as you can see, Green Plains Partners is doing great, just holding steady. General Electric, they've gone up a little bit, and Workhorse Group have dropped quite a bit. Notable that this is the end of a pretty bad week in the stock market, so everything's pretty much down. But specifically Workhorse Group, they made a postponement on the decision for the USPS contract, huge $6 billion contract. They are still the favorites for it, so hopefully they will get it, but that's kind of the reason it dropped so much. A lot of people decided to drop it after that postponement. So still hoping it's going to bounce back, not worried. But overall, the portfolio is at about minus 128 right now, so we'll keep track of it. So moving into the second round, the second entry, so I've picked 3 new stocks. I'm kind of betting on the presidential election with these picks, more alternative energy and 1 marijuana stock. And I'm betting that Biden wins with all those, the first entry and this entry, a lot of alternative energy. I think that's a huge growth field, really regardless of who wins, but especially if Biden wins. They've promised a lot of alternative energy investment. So hoping for that outcome, that's what I'm betting on. And if it happens, I think these will be really successful. So the first one we have is Bloom Energy. And Bloom Energy is a really cool business. They create these modules with fuel cells, and they run on either natural gas or hydrogen. And the reason it's renewable is because these fuel cells are incredibly efficient, and they're standalone, they're self-sustaining. So you set a bunch of Bloom Energy's modules in the basement of a building. All you have to do is add a little natural gas or hydrogen, and they will keep producing electricity self-sustaining indefinitely as long as you have some fuel to put in them. So completely independent of the power grid. That is extremely valuable when you don't have to be hindered by blackouts or reliant on a separate power grid. They're completely independent with Bloom Energy's servers, so servers, modules, whatever they're called. So I think that's a really cool model and just set up for success. They're trading right now at 12.64, I believe, which is down quite a bit from like $20 that they were trading at. So I think it's a good time to buy, and then looking for a lot of growth in the future. And the second one is Ocean Power Technologies. This is a cool company. They make renewable energy resources for oceanic activities. So obviously, if you're in the middle of the ocean, you don't have anywhere to plug into. So these guys are making batteries and production methods for creating power and, of course, holding on to it, reserving it for use later in the ocean. So a super niche kind of company market. I don't see the demand, regardless of the election result, I don't see the demand for this product going down. There is no alternative to alternative energy in this case, which is kind of funny. This is the only way to get energy in the middle of the ocean. A renewable source or a mostly solar, I imagine, source is the way, but then also these long-term batteries that they make are pretty crucial for that operation. In that sense, you could charge it and then take it into the ocean. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but seems like a great company. Trading at 169, so pretty cheap. Tons of room for growth. I think they'll have a bright future. And then the final one is Columbia Care, and this is a marijuana company. They do a lot of medical marijuana CBD treatment stuff. Really cool. I think there's great potential in that market, and then there's huge potential in that market because of future legalization, which I think no matter who wins, this is going to happen. This is the obvious trend, but how quickly it happens is important here. And a Biden win, they've promised to decriminalize and I believe legalize medical marijuana as quickly as possible federally, which is really big. Columbia Care is a U.S. company, so as opposed to operating in a country where it's already legal, they're a U.S. company, so a change in U.S. law would mean just a huge market growth for them, because currently they can't access over half the states, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how many, but once it is legal federally, they're going all over the country. So yeah, huge potential there. They're trading at 368, so we'll see how much we can get. All right, so I've got 15 shares of Bloom Energy, 100 shares of Ocean Power Technology, 37 shares of Columbia Care, for a total of $498. Thanks, everyone. I'm excited to see how they do.